Hello and welcome to episode 16 in the series. This time I'll be reviewing a book covering some of Australia's early diesel locomotives. For episode 16 I am covering Streamlined Thoroughbreds, which was authored by Barry Eadie and published in 2004 by the ARHS Victorian Division. It is a pictorial of the single cab streamliners which include the GM, S, 42 and 421 class locomotives in operation between the 1950s and 1980s. The book is a hardcover edition featuring a well-framed photo of a 421 GM and S class sitting around the South Dinan stand gauge turntable in 1982. Inside, the book features an introduction to the subject covered. The bulk of the book then features photos of the locomotives under construction, their early days in service, passenger service, freight service, and chapters that deal with specific engines or events they are involved in, such as the completion of the Albury-Melbourne standard gauge line in 1962. The photos are a mixture of colour as well as black and white. Some of the early photos are produced in black and white purely because they were taken with black and white film. Some of the later photos are also reproduced in this format rather than colour, and while colour is quite cheap these days, I think it is quite a good move on the author's part, as it is a throwback to some of the earlier publications produced this way. The construction photos are of particular interest, as well as those of the GM class and the 42 and 421 class engines operating in Victoria in the days before everything was privatised. Although a small selection of these later workings in the privatisation era are also included. Fans of the Streamliners need to add this one to their collection. The ARHS Victoria Division still have new copies for sale, particularly when they attend model railway shows with their trade stand. Copies can also be obtained from other retailers of railway-related books and items. Well, that wraps up episode 16 in the series. I hope you enjoyed it. Episode 17 will be taking a look at a book on Australian trains in general. As always, thank you for watching.